Hi everyone, so this is part 2 of our looking at how to use VoiceOver when interacting with websites. So we've already looked at the settings and the reader mode to avoid adverts, and we're going to build on this in terms of actually locating articles to begin with. So sometimes finding articles you want to read can be really annoying because you have to go through and swipe through absolutely loads of things. And here are some quick navigation ways to get through pages quicker with VoiceOver. So to begin with, one we're going to look at is the Rotor. Okay, so the Rotor is a really great feature, and it's basically pretending as if there's a dial on the screen. So there's loads of ways to get up the Rotor. Some people find it useful if they use 2 of their 4 fingers and they move the 4 fingers on the screen in opposite directions in a circular motion.
Lines.
So here I've brought up
Speaking rate 75 containers. Headings. Links. Headings.
and we're going to select headings. Now we've selected headings. This should mean that when I now swipe through with the usual VoiceOver gestures to the right and work my way through the page, it should take me to just the headings of those key news articles.
Refresh. Homepage. Accessibility. Skip.com. Access. LLM. Notification. All BBC. Search BBC. BBC News. News navigation. Sections. BBC News Hub. Latest stories. Most read. Top stories. Anthony Beer seen in snappy. Fraudster sold passports to passports belonging to vulnerable. 5 minutes ago. From UK. Link. Rescuers put out a fire following a rocket attack in Kiev. Kiev hit by exceptional number of missiles. 4 hours ago. From Europe. Link. Comments. Link. A woman rubs her shoulder whilst working at home. Image. Record numbers not working due to ill health. Heading. Link. 9 minutes ago. From business. Link. Comments. Link. Prince Harry. Image. Privacy breaches covered up. Harry Court. 23 minutes ago. From UK. Link. Child reading a book on the sofa. Image. Children in England ranked 4th globally for reading. Heading level 3. Link.
Okay, so obviously there I've just shown you a little bit about with actually using the headings section. So if we were to just go into this article,
Web page loaded.
okay, and I've already got it now set up on reader mode. So again, I'm going to bring up the Rotor. Some people can do it with one hand with getting the Rotor, as if pretending there's a dial on the actual screen. So a turnstile dial like you would on, for example, a cooker.
Handwriting. Links. Form controls. Edit. Cap B. Handwriting. Words. PC homepage. Handwriting. Lines. Skip to content. Capital L. Select handwriting. Lowercase. Lines. LLF. Select words. Edit. Form controls. Links. Headings.
So now I'm in headings and I've opened this article and I'm already in reader mode, but I've set the Rotor to headings. So now when I swipe,
School children reading. Get images. By Nathan Stanley. BBC News. Primary school children in England have ranked 4th in the international rankings reading. The latest results in the Progress in International Reading Literacy Study, known as PIRLS, saw England's rank jump from 8th to enter the top 5.
so at this point I'm having to scroll through and interact quite a lot with my device to get it to read. However, once we've got it in this setting, I want to be able to just listen to my device rather than having to keep interacting with it. And there is a gesture we can now use to help us automatically read the text that's on the page. And I'm going to use my 2 fingers, and from the top of the screen I'm going to swipe down.
The latest results in the Progress in International Reading Literacy Study, known as PIRLS, saw England's rank jump from 8th to enter the top 5. Based on tests taken every 5 years, the study places countries in a global education league table. The PIRLS tests are taken by 9 and 10-year-olds, normally year 5 pupils in England, at the end of the school year. Children in Northern Ireland also climbed from joint 6th 5 years ago to 5th in the table, but were not included in the main rankings this time. The 2021 testing round assessed nearly 400,000 pupils in 57 countries, but 14 of those, including Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, delayed testing to the start of the next school year because of disruption caused by the COVID pandemic. This meant they were not included in the main rankings table. Because the children being tested were ill.
And there you can see that I've just paused that by 2-finger double tap, and it stopped that automatic reading. That can be a really nice way of being able to actually listen to the article without having to consistently swipe, which can be quite repetitive. In terms of my speaking speed on this device, I have got it set quite quickly, and that's because I'm used to it at that speed. But when people are beginning with VoiceOver, you want to be able to listen to those prompts, and that may be more difficult with it at that speed. So again, you can alter the speed of speaking rate using the Rotor.
Handwriting. Links. Form controls. Edit. Words. Lines. Text selection. Cap T. Selected. Handwriting. Speaking rate. 75%. 70%. 65%. 60%. 55%.
And what I've done there is I've used the rotor to access the speaking rate. What I did is I went to speaking rate, and then with my singular finger, I moved my finger down the screen to indicate that I wanted to reduce the percentage of speed to 50%. If I was to do that again in a moment, you'll see I'm going to increase the speed by flicking my finger, one single finger up, swiping that up until I hear that increase in percentage. So to get the rotor up again, I'm going to use my turnstile finger motion.
Headings. Links. Form control. Edit. Words. Lines. Text selection. Handwriting. Low. Speaking rate. 55%. 60%. 65%.
So I've gone up here, 70%.
65%.
I'm going to turn
60%.
it down again, and it's at 60%. And now I know that that's where I want it to be. So now if I carry on with my two finger swipe down from top
This
screen.
were not included in the main rankings table because the children being tested were older than others in the study. Bullet. List start. SATs tests shouldn't be too hard. Schools minister. Link. Bullet. Year 6 SATs results slip after COVID. Link. Bullet. NI children ranked 5th in the world for reading. Link. List end. The International Association for the Evaluation of Educational Achievement, IDA, which runs the study, decided to include England in the table.
And can you see there that speaking rate has now slowed down significantly? So these are all options to trial with somebody to see what works best for them. Always remember that these are just suggestions and they may not work for everybody. I definitely say with voiceover that small increments in getting used to it is the best way, just because when you're using websites there are a lot of different variables that are without our control. We can't control them, which can make it quite a daunting aspect to start using voiceover on. But keep going with it, you've got this, and we will show you the next part.